Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome back to Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice as we talk about everything that has happened in the past week for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. And it's the first full episode of 2022 in terms of 2022 news, and we have a good amount, not a ton, but a couple cool stories we can talk about here. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So first up this week, I'm going to talk about some of the new releases in the US, but not really like new, but just kind of the more updates to releases in the US, and that is related to the next TMNT pack to finally get a little bit more of a wide release here, and that is the April O'Neil and Michelangelo 2-pack. Because not only has it been out in Canada and China and stuff for a month or a couple months at this point, but finally Big Bad Toy Store here in the US started sending out emails earlier this week confirming that they were going to be getting it in stock pretty soon to start fulfilling pre-orders and putting it into people's pile of loot services that they have there and everything. And that has happened. People have started to be charged for it, and people have been able to have it start shipping out from BBTS and everything like that. It still currently is listed for a pre-order for an April release on their website right now, so it doesn't look like it's just actually in stock just yet. It looks like they're pretty much just fulfilling pre-orders, although it's possible you can pre-order it and maybe they'll switch it over to it in stock pretty soon. I'm not sure, but it does seem like they're finally getting that pack at least in soon, or now. So hopefully that means other sites like GameStop and everything will have it a little bit more, consistently, over the next couple of weeks or so, because it would be nice to finally see these start getting released a little bit more wide release wise. And of course we also had Wave 10, so not only did In Space Pink pop up finally in stock on the GameStop website, which was the final member of Wave 10 to not actually pop up on GameStop yet, since the other three members have gone in and out over the last couple of months, ever since like September. But In Space Pink did go up briefly and people were able to get her. Of course, classic GameStop shenanigans where they were honoring people's new orders for the most part over the old pre-orders, which is weird. But Amazon looks like they finally might be getting the rest of the wave as well, because they bumped up the release dates for Phantom Ranger and In Space Pink from April 1st to today, January 8th. And some people already did start getting charged for them and getting shipping notices for them as well. So I'm going to go ahead and leave links to both of them in the description below on Amazon. Dino Charge Green has been in stock on there for a couple of weeks, and it still is. No exact word on Zeo Yellow yet, but she's probably soon to follow these guys, or might even also be in the same boat. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, Wave 10 looks like it will finally start being more available here on Amazon pretty soon here, which means the wave is finally going to become a little easier for people to get their hands on. Hasbro Pulse, they're definitely going to keep taking their time. It's probably not going to actually show up until April like they claimed on Hasbro Pulse for whatever reason. But, that's Pulse. So speaking of Hasbro Pulse, they put out a thing on their social media yesterday claiming, hey, if you missed the Zord Ascension Project Dino Megazord pre-order on Hasbro Pulse, you can pre-order it once again on Hasbro Pulse, because it did actually sell out on Hasbro Pulse for a little bit of time, not too long after it actually went up after the December 10th Fan First Friday. So you can get it there if you want, but it never sold out on Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, GameStop and stuff. All sites that are more than likely going to get it before Hasbro Pulse, and with some of the deals and stuff available on Entertainment Earth with certain coupon codes and everything, you can get it cheaper than Hasbro Pulse and probably sooner. So I don't really know why you would pre-order on Hasbro Pulse. I personally would not recommend doing that, but you can. So I will leave a link to that in the description below as well. It's, I guess, nice that they opened it back up. I guess maybe it's beneficial for Canadian fans and UK fans possibly, because I know Pulse does have those options for them. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure if that's actually the best route, probably not. But yeah, they made a whole big deal about that, posting it on social media yesterday that, hey, you can pre-order it from us again, so you can. So this next part is a little bit of unfortunate news here, in terms of trying to figure out when the next reveal event is and everything, and just kind of, unfortunate news in general. But a couple months ago on the Lightning Storm, I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was confirmed that Hasbro was going to be participating in person once again at New York Toy Fair, being held the weekend of February 19th through the 21st. And it was oh cool, that's probably going to be the next big reveal event, and probably would be, should have been an in-person event and everything. Well, interesting developments on Toy Fair this past week. While the New York Toy Fair Association or whatever officially said, hey, or at least as of right now, we're still on board with trying to do an in-person event, Hasbro was like, nah. So Hasbro and a bunch of other companies pulled out of New York Toy Fair earlier this week. So while the actual show is still happening, Hasbro's no longer going to have any presence on it, unfortunately. So that kind of leaves the next reveal event up in limbo. I assumed that our next big event, to probably reveal Wave 12, and I assume maybe like ZAP Megazord and some of the roleplay stuff that I've told you is coming, I figured was probably going to be Toy Fair weekend. And I'm sure they're going to find another way to replace that, whether it's a random Fan First Friday in February, or if they do what they did last year in replacement of Toy Fair, because the pandemic started in 2020, but Toy Fair still happened in 2020 in person. That's when we got Wave 5 and the Dragon Dagger revealed. But last year was the first year we didn't have any kind of Toy Fair presence, and so Hasbro kind of replaced it with Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest in April, which was a moderate success in my book in terms of Lightning Collection reveals. That's where we got the Tyrannosaurus Sentry and the other metallic armors announced, and that was it. Which was kind of light, but at the same time, they had a bunch of Fan First Fridays around the time to sprinkle the rest of the reveals around. And I think that there's a lot of stuff, in the pipeline that I've told you guys about that they still need to announce. I mean, of course, Wave 12 is the big thing. Wave 12 is kind of going to be the next big announcement, at least I assume it will be, because it's already been, we're already slowly approaching 3 months since the reveal of Wave 11, and usually waves are revealed about 3 to 5 months apart. So we're definitely in that time frame where we will start seeing Wave 12 probably soon. I don't expect to see it this month. Like I said, I was expecting to see it at Toy Fair. So either maybe they'll change their plans and reveal it earlier than the end of February, or they'll wait and do some kind of fan fest or something again. We don't really know what Hasbro's plan is to have an alternative to Toy Fair, because obviously they probably had a bunch of announcements lined up, and now when are we going to get them? So unfortunate. I mean, I think it will maybe be worth it in the long run, because if it was an in-person event, it was probably going to be locked off to the fans for the most part and kind of just be back to how it used to be, where it's pretty much just press, behind closed doors, being able to live tweet stuff, which isn't not fun, but I think these live virtual events that the pandemic have given us have really been able to give us a nice, not one-on-one, but like a good connection with the people who make the products, and I think that these have been the best way to do it. So I hope that these continue, even if we do eventually get back to in-person toy fairs and everything. But yeah, we'll figure out what they do with that and when we'll see Wave 12 and everything, hopefully sometime soon. So this next story is pretty exciting news for me, in my opinion. So we finally got a forward-facing box photo of Wild Force Lunar Wolf from Wave 11. So finally, I've been waiting for this for a while, because the only ones we ever had besides the Power Pop Art variant was a side profile view of the box, and it annoyed my OCD to no end that we had a forward-facing box of every single Lightning Collection figure ever except for Lunar Wolf, and we finally have it. So thanks to a UK distributor website and Ranger Select on Twitter for posting it, we do have a forward-facing box art for him. And still not looking too good. This picture of the figure inside of the box still has the 5 stripes on the chest and the white boots and everything, and like the gloves even look worse. They look like less like metallic than they did on the PulseCon reveal or whatever. And of course we saw this on the Power Pop Art variant that I talked about the other day, or the other week I guess, but the back render still shows a more accurate figure than the one that's actually in the box with 6 stripes and silver boots, but neither one of them show a holster in any capacity, so that looks like that was just never part of the plan for him. But yeah, so I assume we're getting close to the point where we're probably going to see Wave 11 pop up on some random store or in some random country, because it has been nearly 4 months now since the release of any capacity of Wave 10, even though I know Wave 10 still hasn't really hit like a mass retail level yet. I mean, you can find it at Walmarts and Targets if you're lucky, but you know what I mean. Being able to order it very easily. But still, I think Wave 11 is right around the corner here. But, it's fun. It's already been the first week of 2022, and we already have 3 Lightning Collection figures that have released this year, which is crazy. We're off to a pretty big start already, so let's go ahead and talk about that to wrap up the show. So Justin Huntz is back at it again with more Ninja Rangers this time. So we had already seen Ninja White release previously last month in Vietnam, which makes sense and also kind of random, but that we just had that one out of nowhere. But we had started to see some kind of rumblings of certain stores in the UK and everything about getting these soon. So first of all, one random store in Spain actually beat the UK and Malaysia to it, with getting Ninja Black and Ninja Blue out there in the middle of the week, but it was soon, and I would say pretty much overshadowed by not too long after in Malaysia, Justin Huntz posting their classic "We got a ton of figures on a wall, that they always post, which is always a fun photo, trying to find what new figures they got early. And that was the whole Ninja crew. So the whole like Ninja wave, I guess is what you would call it. You know, the Target exclusive Ninja figures that they revealed back in August and September. So Ninja Blue, Black, White, and Pink are here. So Blue, Black, and Pink make the first 3 figure releases for 2022. Since, you know, we did have Ninja White release kind of in Vietnam at the end of 2021, you know, it was a very minimum release. It still came out in 2021, so I'm going to count that figure still as a 2021 figure for a year 3, and these will be the first 3 figures of the year 4 lineup in my eyes. Now, you know, you don't have to listen to my list. That's just what I do for my own categorization, but whatever. But yeah, they're not only out in Malaysia, In-Demand Toys in the UK is actually starting to ship out to Ninja Blue and Ninja Black as well. And we will probably start seeing video reviews in these, you know, soon and everything as people start getting them more in these other countries. And they look really good. I'm really excited to get these ones. I hope that we get Ninja Yellow and Red announced at some point this year so we can complete this team, because I really want to get all of them because I think they look great. And who knows when Target's going to get them here, or I guess even Hasbro Pulse in the US. I think they're all still been slated or pushed to April in 2022 here for the US, but who knows? I mean, hey, we still don't know when, you know, Target's going to get to the Tyrannosaurus Century. It's been, we're creeping up on a year on that. It's been nearly a year that figure's been on pre-order at Target, so wow, that's rough. But yeah, so hopefully we get to these figures here in the US sometime soon. Alright, and that's going to do it for this week's episode of Lightning Storm. Of course, as always, I'd love to hear your guys' comments down below on anything I talked about this week. And yeah, so, you know, here we go. 2022 news cycle, it's already kicked off. We're already in the middle of it, and I can't wait to see what this year has to bring us. So thank you all for watching, and of course, until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at LavyRangerKey or at LightningFigPR. And I'll see you all in Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice.